Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Otozi video. This is She Scammed the Olympics for a Free Vacation. So, we already know what this is about. This girl that went to the Olympics to breakdance. But, yeah, I just want to see what he thinks about her because there's literally people like trying to defend her. But not like, I'm not trying to say like to bully her is okay, like that's not fine, but just people can't criticize other people, and then people are getting defensive criticizing her for doing what she did. But also, like, before the Olympics, don't you have like preliminary rounds or something to like choose the best of the best? So what did she do at these preliminary events to make it to the Olympic team? Like, I don't understand. I'm not sure. But anyway, let me stop talking. Let's see what he has to say, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
August 9th, 2024 is now the Pearl Harbor of the Australian.
Like, I don't have a problem with people like
there's now a
judging
bunch
her
of reports
and like
claiming that this
critiquing her, but
scammed
don't
the
get crazy with
Olympics
it
for a free vacation. So that's what we're going to try to get to the bottom of in today's video. As it's safe to say a lot
Who
of
chose her?
things
That's what I want to
happened in
know.
the Paris 2024 Olympics,
Interview
but
them.
nothing compared to what happened in the debut of the new Olympic sport, breakdancing. Now, obviously, we've all seen breakdancing, from the crying Asian kid throwing down the wildest windmill to more mainstream acts like the Jabberwockies.
I think I've seen that before, but he goes off camera, so is it actually him doing that? The windmill stunt double, or is it actually him? I don't know.
So there's a wide range for breakdancing. So how does this work in the Olympics?
If my camera
the
goes
winner was
out of
determined
focus,
by
it's
a
because
panel
my
of
glasses.
judges who scored each performance based on 5 criteria, each worth a fifth of the point. The criteria were technique, vocabulary, execution, musicality, originality, how the breaker wows the audience by making the dance of their own. And it's safe to say the one we're covering today definitely wowed the audience. Probably not in the way that she intended to, but at least it was very original.
Like, I wonder what they're thinking in their head as they watch that
Rachel
live
Gunn,
in front of their
a
face.
now Olympic breakdancer, as she lists on her profile proudly. And she's apparently been breakdancing for a decade. Hard to believe when you saw her Olympic performance, but it definitely checks out if you do some research on her, as there's plenty of old articles to prove this. Here's an article from 2021 where apparently she's the #1 B-girl in all of Australia. And I also found a clip of her breakdancing here in 2012.
And there has to be better ones. Because
yeah, that definitely looks like her. Then you have another one
that
here.
looks like
Rachel Gunn is breakdancing her
took
way
one
to the
class
Paris
and
Olympics.
then
The Aussie Trailblazer opens up, and then it goes on to ask, like, what was your training for the Olympics involved? I can imagine it must be intense. I train for 3 or 4 hours a day doing a mix of strength and conditioning, cardio, and flexibility work, and add on to focusing on different aspects of breaking. Pop rock, footwork, power, freezes, as well as preparing for battles. We train outside on the street at night, and I love that breaking has got that accessibility, even though it's a part of the games. It checks out. It seems like she's actually had a long breakdancing career. Either the bar is catastrophically low in Australia, which I don't really believe, or
there has to be a lot more better people.
Here's caption. This is Rachel Gunn. She has a PhD in cultural movement and convinced Australia to pay her for a trip to the Paris Olympics. She participated in breakdancing and got 0 points. Because what is this? The kangaroo jump was the most oh, the water sprinkler, dude. She is doing. These are some legendary moves. What is that, like a curling thing, like a big step?
It's like those things that people post, like, hey mom, look what I can do.
I'm actually impressed that her opponents had a straight face here. I feel like this is the first time ever I've watched
yeah, what if they were
performance
cracking out?
gone, oh, I can do that. That's just never happened before. And she was extremely confident before she went to the Olympics.
I think my understanding of musicality going into breaking was very strong.
Your background's in ballroom dancing, right?
Yeah, I did ballroom for many years, and I also did jazz and tap and some hip hop as well.
She seems too proud answering that question because it doesn't correlate to what we saw. And also, I don't know, she seems like she grew up with parents that are like, oh yeah, you're doing great, honey. Like, it seems like, I don't know her. I never met this woman in my life. I'm just guessing based on what I see. She probably has one of those parents that tell her that she's good at everything, even though she's not. And then that probably just stuck with her for her whole life, thinking that she's good at stuff, even though she's not. And she probably has friends that don't tell her the truth. Like, people are telling her the truth now.
Is there any kind of parallels between the two?
Look, I mean, I think my understanding of musicality going into breaking was very strong. My body awareness, my coordination, my eye for technique has been much stronger going into the dance.
But I guess the crime to the Australian people here is somehow she was selected to represent the Australian Olympic team. And this has created a lot of speculation, with articles claiming that the Australian breakdancer rigged the Olympic qualifier for free Paris vacation.
Because I know she wasn't the only person chosen.
Like, title, but also when you see her performance, it's like, wait a second, did this actually happen? And here the tagline of this article says, it has come to light that Dr. Rachel Gunn, aka Ray Gunn, manipulated the Olympic qualifier by setting up her own governing body, denying grants to underprivileged performers, and allowing her husband to coach the national team. Australians have started a petition demanding an investigation and an apology. That sounds extremely far-fetched. I'm not sure if I buy that, but as of now, Change.org has actually removed that petition for violating the community guidelines. So I mean, so far, her denying grants of underprivileged dancers, that just sounds way too far-fetched. But now the Australian Olympics Commission has condemned this petition as well. And here they actually laid out the following facts. The Oceania qualifying event held Sydney in October 2023 was conducted under the Olympic qualification system determined by the international governing body, World Dance Sport Federation, as approved by the International Olympic Committee. The judging panel for the event was selected by the WDSF and consists of 9 independent international judges who were brought to Australia specifically to provide fair, expert, and transparent education. That's not education. That's, play the Google Translate for that.
Adjudication.
The event was conducted by Aus Breaking under the Auspices of Dance Sport Australia and the WDSF and complying with WDSF guidelines. Athletes from 4 countries, Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, and Fiji, competed. Dr. Rachel Gunn, in winning the Oceania Breaking Championship in October 2023, was legitimately nominated by Dance Sport Australia to the AOC for selection of the Australian Olympic team. Dr. Rachel Gunn holds no position with AUS Breaking or Dance Sport Australia in any capacity. She is simply an athlete who competed in the qualifying event, which she won. There was no appeals from any athlete. Dr. Gunn has no responsibility for any funding decisions of her sport. Mr. Samuel Free is a coach who holds no position with Aus Breaking or Dance Sport Australia in any capacity.
But I feel like this needs to be investigated because
team chef de mission,
what was
Anna
that?
Mears,
Like,
was
how
not
did
involved in the
this
qualifying
even
event or
happen?
nomination of athletes. Dance Sport Australia and the athletes received no federal government funding. The AOC provided high-performance funding to Dance Sport
there
Australia
has to be better
and its own
breakdancers
financial
than her.
resources. The Australian Olympic Committee fully funded the Australian
she
Olympic
represented
team's
her whole
campaign
country.
in Paris. No federal taxpayer funds were sought, nor provided for the Olympic team's Paris campaign. The $25 million cost for the team was met entirely by the Australian Olympic Committee. Okay, so that leaves me with the question, was this event just not advertised enough? Because something just seems extremely off about this. How and or why is Australia lacking so far behind all of the other nations when it comes to breakdancing? When, I mean, normally Australia does very well in summer Olympic sports. But Rachel has now responded twice to her performance. The first time, she responded by saying, "Don't be afraid to be different. Go out there and represent yourself. You never know where it's going to take you." Reagan. And she went silent.
But
for
always
about 6
being
days after
different
that, with
doesn't mean
people
it's
commenting,
good.
As a 3-time Olympian who almost died twice in my journey for the Olympic Games, I feel the value of the Olympian brand has been severely diminished by the spectacle. The original Olympic motto is Sidious, Altius, Fortius, faster, higher, stronger, yet nothing about her performance remotely embodied the Olympic spirit. To make matters worse, she scored a grand total of 0 points, and she's from a nation with a proud sporting tradition. Let's think logically about this. Honestly, I'm furious this was allowed to occur at the Olympics. It was selfish and short-sighted, and I truly believe it contributed to a negative view on breakdancing in the Olympics. This only served to punish the actual breakdancing community and was selfish and embarrassing oversight by Australia. Don't have a good enough contender? Don't compete. No sweat, I can't breakdance either. You're not different, you're completely unqualified. So clearly, people were not a fan, and as I said previously, it was just complete radio silence for her for about 6 days, until she posted this video right here.
Hi everyone, Raygun here. I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I hoped. I didn't realize that that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating. Well, I went out there and I had fun. I did take it very seriously. I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics, and I gave my all, truly. I I'm honoured to have been a part of the Australian Olympic team and to be part
But
of
still, you're
breaking's
all doesn't mean it's
Olympic
good.
debut. What the other athletes have achieved has just been phenomenal. In regards to the allegations and misinformation floating around, I'd like to ask everyone to please refer to the recent statement made by the AOC, as well as the posts on the Ausbreaking Instagram page, as well as the WDSF Breaking for Gold page. Bit of a fun fact for you. There are actually no points in breaking. If you want to see how the judges thought I compared to my opponents, you can actually see the comparison percentages across the 5 criteria on Olympics.com. All the results are there. I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks for some pre-planned downtime, but I'd really like to ask the press to please stop harassing my family, my friends, the Australian breaking community, and the broader
press
street dance
and
community.
People online like
Everyone
crazy.
has been through a lot as a
Like,
result
just
of
because
this,
she wasn't
so I
good doesn't
ask
mean you have
you
to like
please
bother her.
respect their privacy. I'll be happy to answer more questions on my return to Australia. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, wait. Olympics, breakdance, female
Oh,
results.
he's gonna check it.
That's interesting because when you Google it, it says she still received 0 points. So there just must be a whole bunch of articles misinforming everyone about this, if that's actually true. Let's see. Olympics results. Breaking. I don't get what she's talking about here. Okay, so you have Group B Battle 4. You have Logistics versus Ray Gun. Logistics, I guess, just from the US. And here, Logistics received 18 votes, and Rachel Gunn received 0 votes. So I'm trying to find what she's talking about. So it is correct that she didn't receive a single point because she didn't receive a single vote. So yeah, here you clearly see where she received like no votes and thus 0 points. So sure, maybe they're not called points, but there's definitely 0 here. So if they're called votes or whatever they're called, it's 0, 18, 0, 18, 0, 18 to all 3 of the times.
Was she trying to?
So definitely a confusing statement here.
She's trying to
the
state
top comment on her post
or
says,
back up her
"What do you have to
statement
say to the people
with
whose
facts, but
opportunities you stole?" It's just an unfortunate
there's nothing
situation.
there.
It's unfortunate that she represented Australia in this way, which has then caused a whole bunch of backlash. The majority of the backlash is people essentially just thinking that her performance was hilarious, and then you have the people who are genuinely upset that she took someone else's opportunity and or made a joke out of their sport that many people are extremely passionate about. I feel like the Australian Olympic Commission is really to blame here, not really Rachel, as I'm assuming she just showed up and was the best performer there. How that happened is completely beyond me, but I mean, considering her extremely long breakdancing career, I doubt that she breakdanced for 12 years to maybe get a shot at getting a free vacation to the Paris Olympics. That just sounds a little bit far-fetched. It's an interesting conspiracy, but it seems like it's only a conspiracy.
Yeah, and they also removed breakdancing from the Olympics now, so it will not be returning for the next games in Los Angeles.
But hey, at least she didn't run into the police with a wheelchair.
But yeah, if delusional was a person, it might be her, because how do you she doesn't take accountability for her actions. I wonder what she thinks about breakdancing not being no longer a part of the Olympics, at least for the LA. Is that what he said? The next time it's gonna be in LA. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was so many more females better than her, but how did they not get chosen? That's so weird. I would like there to be an investigation. But yeah, like just because you don't like her or whatever, you think she's crazy for doing this at the Olympics, doesn't mean you have to like harass her with messages and bother her family or her. Like, you can say whatever you want to say online, but you don't have to like personally attack and harass her. That's crazy. But yeah, she was not qualified to do this, and if you think she was, then you don't know anything about breakdancing, I guess, because like, I guess performing and breakdancing, you might get them confused, but that was not breakdancing. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you could check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.